Skarbek, what does your whiteboard say? It says it only takes something. What does it take?
I didn't realize you could see that. It only takes 10 seconds of courage. It's meant to be hanging on the door, but, you know, it fell. It's a quote by Bonnie Christine.
I feel like there's more backstory than that. Tell us the backstory, Skarbek.
We were cleaning the office this weekend and we decided we wanted to use the whiteboard for things and we didn't know what to put on it, so my wife wrote something quickly. Sorry, it's not more of an impressive story.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Awesome. So we don't have Myra at the moment, so she'll be around later on. Cool. Is there anything? Oh, and thanks, Alessio, for adding the redacting tool. It's like a nice new additional step. It does actually work. So I tested out expenses last month, redacted all my information, which I don't know how they're approving things, but it happened and money came through. So go ahead if you want to do that. Cool. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the department strategy. So I'll let you all like read the actual strategy and the team strategy yourselves. And if you want to improve things, then please go ahead and put MRs in. But I wanted to just tell you a little bit about why this stuff has happened, and it's been in progress for a few months. And so we have a company strategy, and it was updated sort of towards the end of last year. And so what this is designed to do is to link what you're individually working on right through up to the company strategy. So the way we do that is we cascade the company strategy down into a department strategy, and then from that link to the delivery team strategy. So within infrastructure, each of our 5 teams, we all collectively contribute to the department strategy. If we all like achieve everything we set out to do, then the department strategy will be achieved. And if every department achieves their whole strategy, then the company strategy is achieved. What it should hopefully do, so not only will it hopefully help link maybe some smaller tasks that we do day to day to like the overall company goals, but it should help us on prioritization. So I think a consistent challenge we have is on the number of things that we want to be working on and how do we prioritize those. We see it like when we're picking up OKRs, but we also see it like day to day with all the kind of little things that come in or the requests that people make of us. So the goal of having a team strategy is basically to help you when you're trying to prioritize your time to actually know like what's going to be the most valuable thing to focus on. And that's going to be anything linked to team strategy, basically. Are there any questions about strategies or from what you've read of this one so far? Like, it doesn't like also like I'm assuming everyone might not have read it, so don't feel bad if you haven't read the actual strategy. But does anyone have any questions about strategies? Oh, awesome. Like I say, go ahead and like read them through, and like if you want to talk about one-to-ones, or we can follow up in a future meeting, that's also completely cool. This will get increasingly useful as we go through and get more comfortable with our kind of OKR selection process. So this time around in Q1, the categories we were ranking the OKRs around were roughly linked to the strategy. And in as we go into Q2, they'll be absolutely linked. So it should help us to really be able to like easily prioritize where's the best case to spend our time. Awesome. And then number 2 is maybe quite updated, but I put it in discussions just in case people have comments and things they want to talk about. So I've put in a weekly rollbacks demo call starting from tomorrow. The idea behind this is to try and replicate what we've been doing with the Kubernetes demos, where basically the primary goal of it is to share what we've done, so like properly demo what we've been working on, have a discussion about that. Like if we've got a like a technical thing we want to unblock, or we're not sure what the approach is, then perfect place, right? So it's not intended to be an update meeting or really even a kind of work prioritization meeting. It should be about like, how do we want to progress on this stuff? So it might be a little bit early tomorrow in terms of like, it's day 2 of this quarter, but I thought I'd just put it in anyway, and we can either use it to talk about how we want to set the OKR up, or maybe there's things from the coordinate deployments work that'd be worth demoing and discussing, and using that to sort of feed into the rollback. So it will become, I'm sure it'll take us a few weeks to get into a rhythm of it, but if you have things already you can think of you'd like to either demo or see in action or discuss, then please just go ahead and stick those on the agenda. I've put you all as optional, so choose your time, like use it as you want, but hopefully it'll become the place where, like, if we want to just quickly make like unblock things or discuss approaches for rollbacks or anything like that, then this would be the place to go. Cool. Any comments on rollbacks and meetings?
So it will become the meeting where we break staging and we are all looking at the same screen together and say, okay, we broke it.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to absolutely think we should get to the stage where we regularly do rollbacks. Like if we want to use this time to do that, then yeah, brilliant. I'd love to see it happen. And yeah,
I think
we're all around for when it breaks.
Yeah, I think that if we don't have anything for tomorrow, we can try to roll back staging. We can just work it from the beginning. So how can we figure out if there are post-deployment migration and try it and see what happens?
Cool. Yeah, let's do that for tomorrow then. That'd be great. Yeah, it'll give us a good starting point, right, of knowing what we need to change or find out. So yeah, okay, awesome. Are you volunteering, Alessio, to actually do the rollback whilst we all watch?
Well, I can try. If we share the blame, I can try.
I'm happy to share the blame. It's fine, we'll all be there, right? It will be like a team collective responsibility. Awesome.
I know the Geo team wants to do a maintenance. I can't recall what all time this stuff is, but
it's in the morning.
Okay.
It's early in the morning, so it should be fine.
Nice. Awesome. Sounds good. Yorick, over to you.
Thanks. Yeah, this was just a question. Like, I was originally going to use release tools for the changelog testing. Like, a first step, do it manually myself, and then I would ask, everybody in Delive, like, hey, when you submit merge requests, add this little tag to your commit messages. But then I found out that the last changes we made in release tools were about a week ago, and there aren't really any open merge requests that are actively worked on. So I suspect the volume of changes is going to be so low that it's not going to be terribly helpful. And so I'm kind of curious if anybody has any suggestions of fairly small and isolated projects with frequent enough changes, but not enough developers that introducing this testing period significantly complicates or frustrates the process. Because probably the first sort of big satellite project I want to test on is GitLab, because it is fairly self-contained. It has quite some developers, but I think that's a bit too early now. Alessio suggests GitLab pages.
It should be under active development because of the drive for removing NFS. It has a team that works on it, and is better than workers because workers has the same problem as the release tools that you may not have changes for weeks.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, quickly looking at the commits. Yeah, it seems active enough, although yeah, it seems there's like a bunch of merge requests that are a few weeks old. So I'll take a look at it, see if we can maybe do there. And otherwise, if there's no small scale projects, I guess it's manual testing, and then we pick GitLab, for example.
Could you
Let's
put
see.
some like test data stuff in release tools? Because so release tools changelog is like, we don't have a changelog right now, right? So it wouldn't really matter if the first 10 entries were just like some sort of test entry. That would be fine, right?
Yeah, so my plan is to do that just completely on a separate branch and just commit some nonsense data to the branch, generate the changelog there, review if it's sensible, and then we wipe the branch basically when we're done.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's nothing else on the discussion. So unless there are questions, Alessio, what have you been up to?
Hang on, before we do that.
Oh, sure.
Is there anything else people want to talk about on the recording?